The annual purge will conclude in 3, 2, 1.
The Forever Purge nicely separates itself from the metropolis mayhem of the previous films while also giving us a possible ending to the franchise. The latest installment unleashes sheer chaos, dropping us into a complete point of no return that feels both natural to the series' evolution and exciting for fans who have been following this dystopian political horror saga for the past decade.
The purge is over, please!
No, it ain't.
Whereas the previous films and TV show have been set in urban settings and suburbs, the Forever Purge takes us into a sun-baked Texas border town for a look at what purge violence might be like for those not living in labyrinthine cities. But there's a catch. This purge is unlike the rest. The new founding fathers of America are back in business after what seemed like the happy ending of the purge election year. The Forever Purge in many ways feels like a restart after election year's hard-fought new dawn. But once this movie's first act is over, it's better understood why the story's been softly rebooted. Things get way uglier in the Forever Purge and way more reflective of our current socio-political climate, in a manner that almost feels like the Purge movies are now running neck and neck with us and not merely playing the what-if game. The Purge series has always been about white supremacy and power, but the Forever Purge takes the stealth racism and classism that the NFFA hid behind and reveals it to be nothing more than pure wretched hate, which makes this the most harrowingly relevant movie of the franchise. The Forever Purge takes place at a time when all the homegrown Nazis can own the streets and violently turn on people of color. There's a part of the film that tries to smooth this over slightly by having some of the ever-after purgers simply turn on the rich, but the prevailing bloodshed is primarily directed at non-whites in an effort to purify the nation. Ana de la Reguera and Tenoch Huerta play Adela and Juan, a Mexican couple fleeing cartel violence who came to America while non-purge policies were in effect. Unfortunately for them, because the NFFA was voted back into office, they're forced to endure their first ever 12 hours of the purge. Joining them are the well-to-do Tucker clan, who purgers are looking to kill and steal their ranch. These characters must make their way through the daytime carnage on a trek that is no longer about surviving a single night, so much as surviving America. The Purge films operate enjoyably as elevated B-movies, with enough action and intrigue to suck you in while also not presenting themselves as anything more than pulpy pleasure. The Forever Purge offers little in the way of surprises outside of the actual premise itself, which is game-changing for the series. The story plays out rather broadly and at times rotely, but everyone gives it their all and fiercely fulfills their role as unlikely action heroes. And director Everardo Gut makes the most of this new mad world, tossing our main characters into something that more resembles a zombie movie or disaster flick than what we normally associate with a purge night. For a little while, because of the shift in location and no tethering characters from past films, the Forever Purge feels like an outlier in a distracting way. Once the slaughter starts, though, and purge hallmarks begin popping in, the film feels like an outlier in an invigorating way, especially how it blatantly, once and for all, calls out the Purge as an overtly racist entity that dog whistles to Nazis. Not that this was exactly a subtle fact previously. In the end, this franchise has triumphantly imploded in on itself because, well, that's what the Purge would inevitably do.
We gotta find another way to get out of here.
The Forever Purge is the most different film of the franchise in terms of themes, setting, and overall look. This is the monster finally achieving its true form. The hateful creature that's always been right underneath the surface has now hatched, and, for better or worse, the series will never be the same. Seeing purge violence in the daylight is striking and disturbing, since it's something close to what we're used to absorbing in real life. The dystopian fantasy elements of the saga are now at their thinnest, painting a cinematic world that may hit too close to home for some. Ultimately, it's a solid entry that can either act as an ending or a new beginning. For more reviews of the latest movies, be sure to like and subscribe wherever you like to watch IGN.
Thank you for your participation.
We survived.
All police and emergency services have been reinstated. All crime, including murder, is now illegal.